Good morning. Today's the 17th of March. It's one day after 4 weeks, so we're at to day 29, and it is somewhat early in the AM. I'm going to get started on some more editing today. I think yesterday I mentioned that I had finished writing the draft copy of my first book as an adult, and yesterday I spent probably about 2 or 3 hours on and off during the day doing a bunch of editing, and it was nice to go back and read the book. Good Lord, I've got beard sleep going on here. It was nice to go back and read through it and see that so many of the ideas that were in there were good. There was a lot of connective tissue stuff that wasn't good, or that was poorly written, or because of how long it took. And again, it didn't really take that long. I mean, it was only sort of 3 weeks from start to finish, or not even, actually 2 weeks essentially from start to finish. But it's together, and the bones of it are there, and right now it's sort of, I'm in the process of putting it all together and connecting it and making sure that the tone of the whole piece matches and that it's doing what it is that I want it to do, which is that sort of no-nonsense self-help kind of thing, where someone could read the book in a week and then put it to work, and then if they wanted to go back and read it again for more and for a fresh look, or because they want to find something in it that they liked, that they want to reread or something, they're not going to have to go fishing through a 400-page novel to find it. I find that self-help books that tend to get too long become boring, and they end up. I can actually probably count at least double digits of the self-help books that I've read that were big and thick. Like, here's a great example for me was the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Great book and excellent, well written, good points and everything, but just so long. And I got 3/4 of the way through that and just said, fuck, I'm done. Like, I don't want to read anymore. And someone said to me, oh, you should go back and pick up where you left off. And I might, but this particular version of self-help, I would prefer it to be something that someone who has the same kind of attention span that I do for being told ways to improve on your life, that it's a short turnaround so that they can start putting things into practice right away, rather than as they read the book they put them into practice over the course of a couple of months. And two, a lot of people don't necessarily have all that much time to read, or they don't like to read a lot, so having something that's short and punchy means that there's going to be more of a chance that they'll get the book finished, and that's kind of the point. So anyway, last night, I'm now 100% certain the physical withdrawal's done. Looking it up, it seems like the increase in hormone activity from the Clomid is definitely what's making me sleep more. And as a result, I woke up physically feeling good, but a little groggy actually, because it was last night was the first night that I only woke up to get up once. And it was really nice, actually. I hadn't realized how inconvenient it was to have to get up and use the bathroom 3 times in a night. So for those of you who have that problem, or if anyone else is not looking forward to that in old age, like this guy, I would say that it's nice to not have to deal with that anymore. And it's interesting too that it was most likely it was related to hormone activity and not actually to the physical withdrawal of the marijuana. So that was good. So I guess now that I know that the leg has been kicked out and burned, with regards to the physical withdrawal, I'm not going to focus on that anymore. I think it's kind of pointless to constantly go over the same sort of information every morning. It just gets you kind of in that sort of that repeating structure or repeating cycle of the things that you say that just come out every morning. I feel good. It's not necessary, and what I'd like to do is make more of the mental changes and how that's been affecting me. So without further ado, that's what the plan is going, that's what the plan is going to be. And how is that going is the question I would ask. I haven't had any favorable thoughts about marijuana in a couple of weeks. The last one that I had was when I saw a friend's pen. I want to say that was Tuesday before last, maybe? Or it might have been, no, I think it was last Tuesday actually when he came over. But it wasn't a favorable thought as so much as it was a momentary urge. And it was weird because that night when I dreamed, I actually had a dream about playing a video game, I think. And how upset and disappointed I was that I'd relapsed on that thing. And that's the not favorable thinking and the urges kind of fading into the background has actually been really instrumental, because in its place other things have risen to take that sort of primacy of thought. And I can list them all off very easily. Work. My work productivity has increased significantly, and the quality of my work has increased significantly. I've had much less trouble remembering things or recalling information. I've had much less trouble planning and then remembering to do the things that I've planned. Even if I haven't written it down on a piece of paper or made a record of it, of what's been required to do, my conversations with people have been much more fluent and much more clear, and I've actually found that the writing in the morning about what I'm thinking and how I'm feeling and sort of my reaction to things that come to me has helped me to be more clear when I'm talking. Although sometimes these have felt a little bit shaky, they've actually been very helpful as well at getting the thoughts out into into the world. My mental quickness, the acuity and the clarity of my thoughts has been much better. It's been nice to be able to make fast decisions and make fast decisions about things that are important without feeling like I really need to mull them over for a long period. And obviously with more important things I would give more time to them. But a lot of it has really been following instinct and what feels like it's sort of the right path. I feel like, and I believe, that most things that if you really sit down and ask yourself the honest question, when you're not burdened by that marijuana funk, that most things have a pretty obvious answer as to what you should do. And it's what is right for you. Or if the question is about your family, what is right for your family? Or if the question is what is right for your work, what's right for your work, you know? So yeah, I think the next step is going to be prioritizing the main sort of elements of my life and putting them on a list, and then figuring out the actual the priority of which one is the most important, which one needs the most time and energy right now, which one is the next most important, and as it goes down the list, really visualize it, because that's been kind of my second takeaway from the big chat that I had with a friend over the weekend was, number one, there needs to be some sort of higher structure or higher authority to lean on as you're going through life, because the more you go out into your non-comfort zone, the more you're going to need that kind of support. And for me, it feels like my career, that's sort of where this is going. And I've never really been much of a ambitious person. The most I ever used to hope for was, drive a courier van, have my own courier route, and get high all day. The kind of dream that a 14-year-old would have about life. But now I've sort of set my sights a little higher, and it's going to require some bravery and some hard work. And as a result, I'd like to figure out the things as they go, the elements of my life as they go in order, so that I know which things to put more energy into. Anyway, that's it for me. Feeling good. Day 29, not looking back. Ka kite.